Hi there friends, and welcome to my new sect in Amazing Cultivation Simulator. I'm Icon, and after I have learned what I wanted to learn with my first sect series, I have decided to go for a new project, and that's going to be, after a few people have gave me a good ideas, a completely evil sect. So this time I rolled up my characters a little bit more specifically. I'm going to roll over them, and I've chosen the 7 slaughtering sword law. So this is a pretty artifact based law, as we see here. These icons stand all for artifact skills, and I wanted to try something new, and especially I didn't want to go for the Taiyi base laws this time, because they are fun and I haven't fully explored them yet either, but I felt like I wanted to try something new, and this was pretty fun when I looked through the skills. So let's go through the law itself. It's pretty grim, but and pretty edgy, but whatever. Legend has it that this is a secret law from the demon realm for the realization of sword mastery. It leads its follower through 7 states. Both the beginning and advancement in cultivation are relatively difficult. One will become very powerful in battles and have a strong intention to kill, which leads to the extremely dangerous triple thunders of tribulation. It is an absolute killer's law. So we receive a lot of different sword skills here, and we can also refine a body and turn it into your chi. This is a charming description of use up a body and transform it into energy, and seize the body of a living being with no cultivation experience, transmute and harness its power to increase your own cultivation experience while gaining inspiration. So I wonder what happens to the person which is the victim of the soul snatcher, but yeah, that's what we're up to, and that's where we're headed with this. Difficulty-wise, I went for this game for only a little bit stronger enemies, because I felt like the classic rules are pretty good. I started in between the Immortals series, and basically this series is meant to be the transition for me to be able to actually beat Immortal difficulty, but because I'm not there yet, but I want to. So we also have on this game a large map, and I chose the canyon environment because I felt like I wanted to try some new environments. So less fertile soil and way more stone. Like, look at this. It's all ice crystal ore. It's a nice start. Alright, so here we have Shanlong, my main character for this story. So his stats are not exactly perfect for the 7 slaughtering sword. He has way he would need more perception to have a strong fit, but I kept this character because of 2 reasons. He's obsessed with combat, and he has a 49 rating in Chi Sense. Chi Sense affects a character's max Chi, and is therefore a pretty important stat. The other guys here, we have Nyanyun here with amazing base stats. I just had to keep her after I've seen a pretty decent Chi Sense of 30 on her. And this woman here is, well, I considered her a pretty decent fit to my main character. Maybe I'm going to make her a Grand Chariot character, who knows. So let's get started. We need, first of all, the bonfire. So this is going to be a pretty chill and relaxed series, just like the first sect, but with way more intent towards a certain direction, and way less experimentation from my side, because I know a lot more things. So it's more spoilery than the first sect, but, well, I still have no clue what I'm doing here, so don't worry. At least once we get through the higher levels, I will be wondering again. So did that guy just blast away a complete section of rock? And I found lots and lots of stuff in there? Fascinating. So ice crystal ore is really decent to have during the early game, and this ancient casket, I really want to open that. Okay, so we have to light up the bonfire, and then the usual things. I want to allow all these things, and I'd say we start out. I got the. I have not. No, I don't have the necessary timber yet, do I? Oh, I do. Awesome. That's really nice. So also, for now, everybody is allowed to do everything. I'll start out with this kind of setup because this way I don't have to worry about them doing or not doing their jobs. Okay, so happy to have you here, and if you like this kind of content, feel free to check out my channel or drop a subscription if you want to support. I'd be very, very happy if you did. On my channel you find lots of other sandbox games, building games. If you like this kind of genre, it's worth a look. Okay, so let's check out this casket. We found the Heaven-Stealing Law. No joke. When I started to, I was like, man, Heaven-Stealing Law was fun too. But I already had it in the first series, and I didn't want to choose it twice in a row, so I picked the 7 Slaughtering Sword, and now I have both of them at once. Because the Heaven-Stealing Law is really, really good for an evil character as well. So, thousands of years ago, Earth was forced to separate from heaven, causing the depletion of chi in the human realm, and ascension became impossible. Out of desperation, a cultivator with a rare gift discovered an unusual way and created this law. It does not rely on the environment, but will cost one's life energy to break through. Therefore, only a person with the healthiest body and various rare medicines to prolong their lifespan can cultivate this law. That's not entirely true. So you need extreme constitution stats and a little bit of luck. But I really do like this because this tree here gives you yet another ritual to sacrifice people to speed up your cultivation, and together with this I could be able to make a real monster out of Sean, and that's what my plan was. So yeah, and the resilient ritual is also really awesome, just giving you a flat 20% increase on somebody's constitution, but that's something for the next generation disciples. Nice. Thank you, Mr. Mysterious Cultivator. Okay, now that's been settled, and we need more trees. But I really, really want to start out with stone rooms as fast as possible in this playthrough, mainly because I have lots of metal people here, because Heaven-Stealing Law is metal, Grand Chariot is metal, and if I use the 7 Slaughtering to... I got 3 laws already to metal, so we definitely should build with stone here. Alright, so I'd say today I'll even go with this kind of setup. Yeah, Sean will just pick up the forming pill and, well, or... That's the question. Do I really want to make Sean my first disciple, or do I go for somebody else first? If you go for somebody else first, there's the benefit that your second guy has better preparations, but no. Well, let's see. We are... Well, I don't have the Grand Chariot Law, so I don't even need to think about this any further, of course. I need to acquire that Grand Chariot Law in the next time. So we also will need this, because I don't want my people to punch trees. What's wrong with my workplace? Why can't I click things? Because it's paused? Yeah, okay. So, timber axe. You stop that. You guys, stop that. Craft yourself some axes. I can't look at this. Ah. So, who's my best crafter here? Yun. Okay, crafter is down here. Interrupt your work and do something. Okay. She still wants to do this. Let's see what she does now. foundation. Okay. Let's produce ourselves some timber. I don't want to interrupt her while she's building foundation, by all means. Okay, so here we go. You don't need to keep this. He will be a unhappy cultivator to begin with, because I have a lot of things. I miss a lot of things which I would need, but, well. So, here we go. Bam. He's having his epiphany now. So, Sean is actually a character with a real history for my personal for my person. He was one of my biggest antagonists in one of my pen and paper roleplay campaigns that I made. So I really have a strong bond to this character, and he was a really evil guy, to say the least. Okay, so I got this now. I wanted to go for his... Why can't I go for this now? I wanted to initiate him to have adventuring options as soon as possible, but one thing at a time. So I'd say we build timber rooms to begin with, but truly just for a very short amount of time. I'd say I use them later for something else, but for now I just want to have a room for Shan and the other two disciples to make sure that we won't be suffering any problems here. So why can't I adventure? I need to establish the sect first, that's why. So what do we call this? So I'd say this is Shan's court. Yay! And our sect leader is Shanlong. There we go. And now let's get over to Mount Full Moon and plunder this place. Alright. So happy to have this finally happening. Alright, we will also need a storage area to begin with. Yeah, let's put that down here for now. These are all just temporary things happening here. So, needs more timber. And once I have established myself a little bit, I want to switch over to stone. We'll only use that timber for the shortest amount of time possible. I mean, this biome is basically the best you could wish for if you want to live in mountains and such. I even consider to carve myself rooms into the mountains. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, but, well, one thing at a time. So my poor guys here have to sleep on the floor. That's how it all starts. I hope we will get some new outer disciples soon. And I also need a well. Huh. Very important. Work well. Okay. Some resource collection. Oh yeah, herbs, that's good. Okay. Let's enter this place. I'm entering this place for a particular reason, because you can force the discovery of the remains of Taiji sect way earlier when you go over here. follow the path here. Don't stray away from the path. That's really, really important because somewhere around here is sitting a core shaper beast. This would totally destroy Shan at this point. But if you go down here, you will find the Spirit Crystal Gate of Tayi. And then we can just visit that sect. And this is a little exploit to find that location. And now it's unlocked way before other things are unlocked. But it's so useful because you can loot so much building materials from the old sect. And that's why I wanted to go for this path. So these two rooms will be not needed in a few minutes, basically, anymore. So, but it looks like we really need to whip up some food for our guys quite soon, because, like, seriously, I don't see any animals around here yet, which we could hunt. The only animal that has showed up was the bull down here, but that's really a little bit too far away from our little duties here. And also, we need to produce 2 bows. Very, very important. Bows are my favorite outer disciple beginner weapons. So, let's put down some beds. And we're finding some herbs, that's good. I always feel better with some herbs. They are pretty useful when people get wounded, you know. Ah, wrong button. I was wondering why doesn't the queue proceed. So the canyon really looks lovely. Can't wait to explore that further. But first we need to wait until Shan is back home. And we will need a bed for the boss. And some sort of artifact soon. But we also would need a crafting table. For now, his mood will be horrible because he just, well, he lacks pretty much everything, you know. He wants weapons, he wants everything, but that's just fine. Oh, cool. So, he obtained 0 inspiration XP. Good job, Shan. So let's send him exploring a little bit. I really like to do this with inner disciples or cultivators in general. I mean exploring. Because they are quite well fit for that job. So, Nyanyun and Wenfeng, you have bows to equip. Okay, so that's been dealt with. I've spotted a rabbit, so we should be able to hunt that. So there are a few animals up here. Oh, spirit wood. Nice. Really like how this place looks. So this is way past everything. Okay, so since Shan is hating it at home anyways, we're going to send him to the ruins of Tayi Sect and plunder the place, acquire some valuable materials to begin working with. Because right now my folks are being protected by the mysterious cultivator, so I don't need to be afraid of anything. This guy will just smack everything in our way. There are exploits to kill the guy at the beginning of the game, but, well, I don't want to go for that. I mean, sure, we're playing evil guys and stuff like that, but the ways how to do that, I'm not there yet. I don't dare to do that because I'm afraid to blow up myself with that, you know. So let's produce some more timber. And let's think about the placement of a workshop. But I'd say this looks like a pretty decent spot. But before I do any workshopping, I'll wait until Shanlong is back home with the stuff he's carrying. There we go. He has arrived. Alright, there we go. This won't be the last trip to the ruins of Evil Sect for sure. Because we will be finding so many things here which I which I happen to need. The marble is only the beginning, so let's see, are there any nice big stacks? Funny enough, the size of the stacks gets re-rolled whenever you re-enter the map. I really dislike that. Because I can't change my habits. I start min-maxing out of that. Once I know it, I won't be able to, for example, pick up these 124 spirit stone blocks. No, I will wait until next time. And I have this the chance to acquire more. That's just human nature, you know. Growing greedy when you get the opportunity to. But, well. Also, it is completely true to say that freebies like these are more the exception than anything else. So I don't want to have those spirit stone blocks, actually. I'm not too interested in them. Timber here, 242 timber. It's a lot about the basics right now, which are lacking at home. What's that? Oh, decoration shelves. Okay. There's really a lot of building material available here. A pickaxe. Well, I don't want to collect the pickaxe. That seems like a waste of slots. You only get 6 of them. So, the entirely useless talisman. I wonder why the devs scripted that entirely useless talisman there. Keep asking myself, why is it there? What's its story? There's always this empty talisman here at Evil Sect. I mean, sure, I only did it 3 or 4 times yet, but it has been there every time, without any uses. So, okay, this side is empty. Just looking for other spots, which I might have overlooked. Oh, look at here, iron bars, awesome. So that's the stuff we were waiting for. So that's why I like to go early to Evil Sect, because it's really an easy way to acquire stuff. So cultivator pants and sect uniform, poor quality. Dang. Boar hide, indigo fabric. Well, no too good quality. Not good enough to give me a reason to pick it up, you know. So thin shirt, quality poor. Cultivator pants, okay. So we got the pants. I need a shirt too with pretty decent stats, because I'm pretty sure he has horrible clothes. Okay, you can go home now. Because one of the starting problems of every cultivator is they hate their clothes if they are not fine enough. Once you're cultivating, you turn into a man or woman of culture. It's in the name. So, I really like these narrow pathways. Okay, so let's see. The handcraft station is absolutely vital, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, we need pickaxes. That's what we do. Because I really want to get started here with stoneworks, you know. I don't want to work with wood anymore here, unless I need to work with wood. So we already got a few units of brownstone here. I knew it. There we go. So we're chopping it down rather inefficiently here, but we got to start somewhere. Okay, guys. Oh, wait a sec. Sect is simple meal for now. Alright, there we go. Sean should be back home in a sec too. Nobody created his bed yet. Alright. There we go. So let's equip him these before somebody else does. And now at least the problem with the clothing is done. Far from chaos. Okay. Interesting. So that's a random buff I didn't know of, you know. Okay, now we can do much better than before. So I want that forge. A forge is a fire elemental place always. So I like to build those out of stone and not out of metal, because fire destroys metal. Would be bad feng shui. I'm creating the forge first because I want a sword for Shun. At least one. So let's drop down the smelter here too. So let's see, crafting and smithing. I'll disable these jobs now from Wenfeng because I don't want her to create bad results. So let's start with a Dao. Wait a sec, a hunting bow. Ah, won't cause fatal injury. I want fatal injury, thanks. So a metal law user would ideally like a water elemental weapon, but let's just do one blade out of iron. Something simple to begin with. Ooh, my people are bad at constructing. Holy moly. Okay. So let's start constructing the necessary things of life. A stove will be necessary too. I'm placing things just outside right now to have them available. These are not finalized spots for these workstations. Not at all. But I feel like something went wrong with this blueprint for the bed. Let's create an iron flavored bed for Shun. But, well, there's still a lot of work to do here. I just want to make sure he's not going nuts here. And also, I'd say we will go for... Well, what kind of material do I want to acquire first? Some food sounds decent, honestly. Or we go for those herbs? No, I'll go for the cotton adventure here. Let's do this one time only. Let's see what I'll gather from that. Because growing my own cotton will take quite some time. There's a decomposed body line around here. Okay. So I don't like the stove out in the open. Like, really not, but one thing at a time. A marble bow. Awesome. So here goes an iron blade. Oh, I forgot to give that to Sean. Whatever. He'll receive that when he comes back home. Okay. So now we are able to mine away. Wait, wrong button. Let's do this. So for this sect, I really want to keep the mountains base structures. You know, I don't want to destroy them completely, although I don't know. All these minerals are quite tempting, so, well, haven't fully decided how to work with that. Maybe I'll do lots of alcoves. Like, for example, if I decide that this is supposed to be the outer wall, I'll use these alcoves, for example, and put flags into it or something like that to make it look a little bit less irregular or bad. Okay, where's the handcraft station? I haven't constructed a handcraft station yet. But I think we nailed down the utmost necessities here. So since I'm building everything out of stone here, we can use iron walls later. Okay, nice. But for now, we'll just place down those workstations and work with them. And stoneworks are missing, or no, the stoneworks are already available. Good stuff. Mill, sewing table, a sewing table, and a loom. Yeah, definitely we need those two. So right now everything's pretty marble, that's okay. It's pretty random, but we will make it more orderly across the coming episodes. For now, I just want to have all the necessary workstations available. That's the most important thing for me. Yay, cotton! Good stuff. So, now I wanted the cotton for the cushion, because you can't create a meditation cushion without. So, the crafting table is going to be my last thing to do for today. The crafting table, I think, is something I can't replace later, so let's think about this one a moment longer. But I'd say I'll drop it down here, and later we will construct a room around that. Okay, friends, so that's the beginning of a wonderful journey. We have founded this little sect here. There's still lots and lots of things to do, but I welcome you on this journey and I hope you're enjoying it. So feel free to drop me a comment down below if you have any ideas on how specifically we want to go evil, or if there's anything you want to tell me. As you all know, I love hearing from you. And a like or a subscribe would be wildly appreciated because it helps so much. And also in the description below, you'll find a link to my Discord server, where you will find nice people and my release schedule for all my YouTube work. So if you want to know when something gets released, there's the place. And one last word to regular watchers of the First Sect. This series will be released at the exactly same time as the First Sect has been before. So in my time zone, that's at midnight. I don't know what it's at your time zone, but basically the Evil Sect here now takes place for the First Sect. So see you guys next time and have a good time. Bye bye.